So audiences, welcome. This is Vihan Suryavanshi here from Framebox, and again we are back with a industry standard webinar as usual. So today's topic is going to be a very interesting topic, that is basically VFX compositing workflow. Yes, it's a very unique topic where you will understand how the components come together to form a good VFX shot. So I would like to ask all the viewers to subscribe to this channel, click on to the notification so you don't miss any webinars and you get regular update on your pocket, in your pocket, on your phone, and you can attend them regularly, gain knowledge from industry experts. So please subscribe and put the bell icon on to get the notification. So our today's esteemed guest is an industry veteran, Mr. Arijit Dutta, who has been working in this industry for last 20 years in VFX. He has worked on many shows, and he has also trained many artists, more than 10,000 artists he has educated in last 20 years. So a pro in VFX and a veteran who is going to show you the complete VFX flow techniques of compositing. Okay, so not wasting my time, I would like to welcome Arijit.
Hi, sir.
Welcome to the webinar, Arijit sir. So as I have given your introduction, sir, I would like you to brief a little bit about yourself, your work to the audience, and then take over the stage. Thank you for joining this webinar.
Thank you for inviting me, sir. And
Most
hi, Arijit here, Arijit Datta. And I do have experience of 20 years in this field. I started my career in 2004, and like VFX is my forte, and I love VFX and passionate about it so much. Passionate about like how the movies are born. Like Jurassic Park was my nightmare for me at the point of time when I was a kid. So this is how it begins, and I used to draw a lot, and eventually from there I got this kind of passion about this field. And yes, precisely I can tell you one thing. Like in 2006 I started my career, and from as a professional artist and as a instructor also. And from 2004 I started learning these things. So eventually it's going to be 2 decades of the experience, relevant experience, you say. So what is going to be the topic of today is going to be the VFX compositing. And let me show you what we are going to be creating this webinar. So I'm going to share my screen over here. So the screen is visible, I guess. Now see, this is the workflow I'm going to make today, live demonstration I'm going to give you. The first thing first, you can see this is the entire pipeline or the script. In Nuke, everything is called script. And this is node tree I have built to make this thing happen. So the thing is that this is like totally passes and full-fledged AOV compositing and the CG integration, you can say, and with lots of insight we're going to get. And first of all, if you see this thing, it is going to be very daunting from first place. But if you see, everything is built by block. So how we're going to make this thing happen? This is going to be from the scratch. So go to new composition. All right. So you got a blank slate over here, and we do have all the passes, all the AOVs, and totally this is 18 GB of AOVs we have here. Now select every AOVs and drag and drop to this slate. Now select and press L key to make it horizontal alignment. You can see we have an error right here. And this is called tone map, and this is a LUT file, so we don't need it. I'll tell you how to get it back, and this is a process of it, how to get it back. So I delete it. So now we have these AOVs, and first of all, we have to make this tab key and take backdrop. If you take backdrop, control, and you can move it around, and you can make it bigger and write it down. This is called elements, and make it 60 and bold, and you can put it right here. So this is what it is like. If you see yourself as an artist, this is going to be your palette of your color. So now you have these colors. We have to pick from this and use this. Now how we are going to use it? First of all, you have to search for this this box right here. This is called AOV. Inside we have lots of AOVs. If I go here, you can see we have lots of passes, right? And now the way you are going to get it, press Alt K. Alt K is going to be the clone of it. Clone means is what? Like if I use it multiple times, so what is happening? Like suppose you are using this node multiple times, and suppose this node updated, so automatically this node is going to be updated. And this is clone, that is why the computational power is not going to be used much. So that is why you can delete it. And we have this, and if this is the expression line we have, and CC for cloning, and press Alt E to hide this, but it's still there. Alt E to make it hidden, Alt E to make it visible. So I can have this one, and this is the final pass we have. So this is the thing. And we have auxiliary channels we also have. And here, when you see these things, so first of all, we need to know how many passes, how many AOVs we have in this node. Press Tab key and go for layer contact sheet. In this layer contact sheet, you'll be getting lots of passes inside of it. And if I zoom it, I can see the passes as well as I can see show layer name. So name is going to be visible. So you can pick the things which you need, right? Now, put it here. Now, this is only for viewing purpose. There is nothing like concern about it. Now, first of all, the first thing first, we need to make it. The rebuilding things is very, very important because of compositing means is you have to rebuild your AOVs. So first of all, press Tab key and go for Shuffle node. Whenever you're going to shuffle node, and let me connect it properly. Now double click on it. If I go to node and post a stamp, this means thumbnail. So you can see the thumbnail over here. And we need to get all the light passes. So diffuse light, diffuse dome. So this is our diffuse dome we have here. Press Alt C, put it here. And we have here fill light, Alt C, double click. We'll be having this dome reflection. And here again, we'll be having this sunlight. And also, we have to have the self-illumination. These 5 lights passes you need to have. And whenever you are, this is a very quick tip I'm going to give you. Whenever you are going to use multiple nodes, is connecting with one node, you have to use a dot from your keyboard, like full stop. So this is how you can make it unplug and you can make it plug. Otherwise, you have to do it one by one. So this is a very easy tip that you can make a dot node so you can put it right back. All right. So whenever you are going to use light passes, so light AOVs, select everything, press M key for merge them, and operation is going to be the plus. So light is going to be plus all the time. So this is the rebuilding is done. So each and everything is looking exactly same. Now we need to do one thing that is called, this is a gold pass we have. Press Alt K, remember Alt K for the cloning thing, and put it right here. And now see, select it, press M key. Now, this is the A and this is going to be B. A means is like, you can say A means a foreground and B means background, right? So now you can see we have composited it properly, perfectly fine. But the one problem is there. The problem is, now see, it is not matching with these things. Like it's like, you know, overlay kind of things is happening. Like opacity is down, it is showing is this way, right? So it has two way of, you know, making things happen. So double click on it. You can make over this operation over. You can make this matte. This is done, and you can exchange the pipe. So you can see we have this gold one visible. This is one methodology you can take. Another one is don't make it matte, make it over only. And over means is what? If you don't have any alpha channel, so it is going to be mixing this way. So alpha channel, so double click on it. So you have this auto alpha. If I click on it, it will fix the issue. Very easy. So whenever in Nuke, you're going to composite a channel which has no alpha channel. So this is going to be the workflow. All right. So now this is our proper strategy to make it happen, because of this is A means foreground. And the distinct integration things, what we need to do, this is a single image. Keep in mind, this is a single image. There is no animation whatsoever. All right, this is a single image, like single render. Now we need to think about how we're going to make this, like, you know, a peeling effect. So this is a ID pass or multimate pass is very, very important. Alt K and put it right here. And now you can see we have this multimatte. We have only two colors in here. One is red and one is green. Green means is what? Like, see, if I go for this green channel, we can see the alpha channel. If I go to this red channel, you can see the red channel means the left is going to be the alpha. So both the alpha in one channel is called ID pass. So now how we're going to make this thing happen? So first of all, press shuffle, take shuffle mode. And now here, this is looking very, very, you know, how we are going to make this. So first of all, I need to make process time because I want to see everything over here, the thumbnail. Now here, I need this red. Red one is going to be this gold one. So red is going to be in alpha, red, green, blue, everywhere. So you can see we have extracted the red channel, right? And now I can put it right here. So I can see we have a little triangle over here. This is called mask. So if I mask this, mask needs alpha channel. And I can see we have properly disintegration effect or peeling effect, you can say. So this is, we have animation. And so that only we will be getting the revealing effect also. See? So the stone is going to be the gold one. Okay. Now see, it is going to take time because of this 18 GB of passes I'm using over here. Okay. Now, compositing is all about troubleshooting and problem solving. Now there is a problem. You have to understand the problem. That see, this is a debris we have, and it is, you know, coming up from the ground. And first of all, I need to check this one. See the frame range. This is messed up because of we have lots of, you know, input passes. Which one it should take? Didn't understand this thing. So first of all, I need to know 30 and 460 is going to be the main right frame range. Because I have rendered it from Maya, so I know the frame range. Now, the full size format also, you have to think that this is going to be 21661063. right? So now you can see the last one without name, we have the same. Click here, and you can see if I remove this, we can stay in that, and you can see we have the same thing. The resolution is not getting messed up. So this is the thing we have to do. Okay, now you can see here, it is coming up from the road, inside the road. And now this is, the debris is there, but the problem is what? That in this, we don't have debris, right? So that is why the feet is not getting cut up. We need to see what happens. The feet inside of this debris, right? But here, the feet is not inside of the debris. So how are we going to achieve these things? So first of all, we need to think which pass is going to be, which AOV is going to be helping for in this matter. So you can see we have this multi-mat 1. In multi-mat 1, we have two passes, two ID. One is debris, right? To extract the pass, press shuffle and go to shuffle node and put it right here. Press control and we'll get this dot, make an elbow. Elbow means you have to make everything organized, right? Now go to node and post a stamp, means thumbnail. Now I need to extract multi-mat 1. So we have multi-mat 1 right here. Now, what I need now, I need this debris because of I need to work in the debris. So the debris is in red channel, so we need to plug the red channel in red, green, and blue. So now get extracted the red channel, right? Now, see, if I merge this, so see A and B, now it is merging to this alpha channel, right? But I need to cut it up. So for cutting thing, we need to use operation that is going to be stencils. If you use stencils, it's going to be cut out. Now, if I put it here, and I can see that which node is responsible for this. The masking is not going to be happening in this way, it's going to be happening in this way. Now see, problem is fixed with the help of stencils. So this is how this is called troubleshooting. You need to make this thing in your compositing. Now everything is done properly. Now we need another one that is called, this is the thing that is called particles. And get the particles over here, that are peeling particles. And you can see in the particles we have this same green box, right? And that means is what? Okay, we do have something over here. So if I check, you can see this is the particles, and like ash is like, you can say the stone is getting dispersed by this, right? So it is done by Maya, a particle system. And you can see we have this ambient occlusion to get the depth, because of without any kind of shadow, we are not going to get any kind of depth in 3D or CGI compositing. So this is looking very flat. So how can I make it this depth? Make shuffle to extract the channel. Here, go to node and post a stamp. By the way, Alt P, if you press Alt P, is going to be the shortcut key of this post stamp. And I say thumbnail. Okay. So now here I need to extract the one channel I have. This is called auxiliary channel. This V-Ray, this has been done by V-Ray. So V-Ray.node. That means we have ambient occlusion. And ambient occlusion will give you the shadow, contact shadow. Press M key. And this is going to be A, this is going to be B. And now you can see we have nice ambient occlusion on top of it. But whenever you are using this shadow, you have to use operation called multiply. And then after, you can see the depth is properly visible over here. Done with this, and we need to press M key for the merge node, and we can put it right here. Now let's see. This is M, and now see, one more thing is this. It is not happening a proper way. Why this is not happening? See, the problem is whenever you are using multiply, you have to off it. Otherwise, the compositing is not going to be happening in proper way. The alpha gets messed up. So whenever you are using multiply, you have to switch off it. This alpha channel. We don't need alpha anymore, because of we will be rebuilding alpha later on. So keep in mind, whenever you are using multiply, you have to make it off. Otherwise, the alpha channel is not going to be supporting the thing. Okay, but whenever you are using plus, there is no problem with this alpha channel. Only the multiply is going to be the problematic scenario. Now, see, this is very, very, dark, I feel, So if I press C key, C for color correction, and you can put it over here, and you can increase the gamma to make it lighter, bit lighter, not too much. Now, if I press D key, D for disable and enable, now you can see we have successfully make it brighter. So always integration means is like seamless integration. So that means you should make this 100% matching with this environment, the backplate, the action plate you have. Okay, so now this is not looking correct. Why? Because of we need to mask this also. So take this one, this is a mask. And in this case, the gold one is going to be the red color, and the ash, the particles, is going to be the blue color. So now extract the blue color. So put the blue over here. Now you have, so there is no blue. So this is going to be green color. So now, same thing, we need to mask it. Now see, if we mask it, what happens? It is, inside the statue. It should go outside the statue. So that means we need to invert this mask. Okay. Now it is looking perfectly fine. But again, one problem is there. See, this should be, go behind of this debris, right? So same thing we have to do, that is called stencils workflow. For stencils, how we are going to make this happen? Press M key and take this one. This is going to be A. This A and B, you have to, do it. And easy fix, I can tell you, do it either way, and press Shift Z, Shift X to swipe this around. Shift X. So if it is working in this way, keep it that way. If it is working in this way, keep it that way. So you cannot predict which is going to be A, which is going to be B, right? So now I have done this, and we have to make this mask over here and put everything down a bit. Control and put it right here. And this is going to be stencils. Take a look of this area. Is gone. Easy fix. Why I'm doing in this way? Because of I didn't render everything. I have rendered only a single image. That is why I have to do this thing. If you render it, it will take time, and it is not doing anything. There is no action, there is no movement, so why should I render it? So this is how you can make the advanced compositing technique to make this thing happen in a no time matter. So it is done perfectly. And now press Alt E, you can see each and everything is still connected. Even if it is updated, it is going to be updated over here also. Even if it is connected over here, and this is also connected over here. So everything is, updated automatically, propagated over here, everywhere I have used it. Because of you never know how many times you're going to use these nodes in your workflow. So this is the right, technology or strategy, you can say, to make this thing happen in this way. Now, what I need now, I need to have alpha channel. Because there is no alpha channel, alpha is messed up. Because there is no debris right here, see? If I press A key, you can see the debris, you can see the alpha channel, but there is no debris. So, how are we going to make this thing happen? So first of all, we have to have tab and shuffle. Here, post a stamp, because I need to see everything clearly, and put it right here, control, and put it here. Now, I need to extract which one? Multimatte 1 and multimatte 2, right? So make it multimatte 2. So this is the sand pass. This is going to be the debris. This is going to be the statue and the falling debris, like little bit of bigger chunks. Okay. Thing is that if you have only one color over here, so it is very easy to extract. Shuffle node we have already, we don't need to take it. And we can make the red color in everywhere to view this thing, the alpha channel. But here we have multicolor. So in multicolor, how are we going to make this thing happen? For that only, we need to have expression node. So for expression node, we have expression, and here type R plus G plus B, and copy this and paste it here, here, and here. You can see everything in a no second. We have the alpha channel corrected. Now select and select, press M key, and now you can see we have successfully rebuilt the alpha. But there is a problem. Problem if I zoom it, you can see we have lots of problem over here. It should not be like this. Semi-transparency you should not have in your alpha channel. So easy fix is going to be the operation. Operation is going to be plus. Easy fix is gone. Now, there is no debris over here. So we need to have the debris also there, and we have to have the particles. So particles is going to be from here. So press M key and press A, and here we are going to B. Now you can see we have the particles alpha channel also, and we need to make it plus. So alpha channel is whenever you're making the alpha channel merged, make it plus. Now, in alpha channel, we are going to see this thing properly, but in red, green, blue, we're not going to see this thing properly. So we need to extract the alpha channel from this as well. So Alt P, double click on it, and I can see the alpha channel we need to extract. So this is only for the viewing purpose, doesn't matter. So now this is the rebuild alpha. We have successfully made the alpha, and now we need to cut it. So this is our main, and we need to cut these things off. Because of the background I'm using, I'm not going to use this background. Because of, if I see this, it is rendered with the background. So I need the background and the foreground separated. That is why we need to cut it out. So now press M key, and this is going to be another one thing, like this is going to be the K. K means copy alpha. So A is going to give the alpha to the B1. And now if I use pre-mult, now it is going to be a cutout. And we have extracted the foreground from the background. because of we do have a background pass separately. Here, press Alt K, remember, for the cloning thing. Now we have here. Now put it over here. Now this is background is going to be B for background and A for foreground. Now see, we have background and foreground separated so that we can color correct it. We can do lots of things. But now, whenever we are going to do any kind of compositing, DOF is must. Depth of field is extremely important for any kind of compositing. So now, because of we don't need to see this building, nothing is happening over here. We don't need to see this kind of environment. Okay, so the action is happening here. So to draw the spectator's eyes, we have to use this DOF, and I am going to use this called defocus node. And in defocus node, we'll be having defocused background. So if I increase this, you can see only the background is changing, not this statue. That is why this is very important to cut out, to extract foreground from the background. Okay, but this DOF doesn't look like this. It should gradually, come, and slowly it is gradually making it less. Lesser DOF will be having here, and the more farther we go or see, is going to be very much prominent and vivid. So for that only, what you can do this is called roto node. Press O key to get the roto node, and there is no motion over here, camera motion. So that is why roto is going to be effective for this thing. And of course, you have to chalk out the plan that if you have camera motion, so this is going to be the different story. So now I have to double click on it and take this, click here, click here, click here, click here, click here. Now see, we have a mask and we have also a mask in this. So mask it up. Now if I see, now see, this area is blurred totally, but this area is not, but it should not be this much sharper, right? So what we're going to do, select it and make a feather. You can see gradually is like, going down. Similarly, select it and gradually making it down. And don't push too much because of this is the scale, this is the plane we have. So we have to make it in this way. Now, another quick tip I'm going to show you. Suppose you're going to try to make bokeh. Bokeh effect is there. So to make the bokeh effect, what you're going to do, press G key for grade node and now put it over here before defocus node and make the gamma down. Now, once you make the gamma down, you can see the bokeh is there, but it's very dark, very dark. All right. So now press Alt and C to copy and paste it at the same time. And now what happens, see, and another grade node, same grade node, and after the defocus node, and now you can make this reverse. Now you can see we have perfect looking bokeh effect. So this is a cheap method. You can make it happen, but this is also very new kind of thing. So you can have this in your composition. And if you don't want bokeh, there's no need to do it whatsoever. So this is how you can make bokeh effect into defocus node. Although this is all fake, and but still VFX is like this only. So the background is done, and now the question is what we need to take from here. We need to take another one that is called ambient occlusion. We don't have ambient occlusion over here. See, the debris we have here, it is totally, there is no shadow in it. That is why this is called self-illumination. That is why it's called self-illumination, because of we don't have any shadow, because self-illumination has no shadow. So to get the shadow, I have told you that you have to extract the pass that is called ambient occlusion. So this is going to be the ambient occlusion you can see here, and we have lots of shadows over here, right? So now take shuffle node, and of course make a habit of making a poster stand, and here you can put it. And control, always arrange your nodes, because after 1 month if you open, if you are not arranging these things, you're not going to understand what you have done earlier. So now here we need to get this V-Ray AO, and this is not about V-Ray kind of things. Any kind of rendering engine can pull this AOVs off. There is no issue with this. Now press N key, and this is going to be A, and this is going to be B, and it is going to be shadow. Remember, shadow means is on multiply. So make it multiply, and boom, we have ambient occlusion, we have shadow. And if I press D key, you can see visible enable how much depth we have with this thing, right? Now, another thing that I have told you earlier also, that whenever you are going to use multiply, you have to use this off. Otherwise, you're going to get some problem. So make a habit to make it off whenever you are using multiplying operation. So now, if you are saying this is very, very dark, right? So press G key and put it here, and you can easily color correct the ambient pass itself. So you can make it a little bit low. And you can see if I put it here, you can make this thing brighter, darker, whatsoever. So now we have ambient occlusion also composited. So this is a personal test that what kind of intensity you want. Totally subjective. Now this is we have done. Now what else we need to do? We need, you can see this is very, very dark, right? And this is not so dark. So we have fake GI concept. Fake GI means is what? If I press glow and if I put it here, now you can see we have a glow. But the size, make it 100, and the mix is going to be, mix means opacity, mix is going to be 0.1. Now see, this one and this one mixing in the same way. And if I press D key, you can see we have corrected the black point, right? So now this is called fake GI. So you can use this as a fake GI. Another one, if I go here and now you can see this is a gold. This is totally CG gold. It's looking like totally CG because of here you can see this is also a metal. This thing also metal kind of thing. It should be have some metal in here, but this is not as glossy as this is. It is very, very glossy, and that is comes the tone map. I have told you earlier the tone mapping is extremely important to make the highlight a little bit dimmer. So how are we going to get this tone map happen? Tab key, press take vector field. And vector field is responsible to get LUT files. So if I select and if I click here, this is tone map and this is cube format. We have lots of format for this tone map, and choose OK. Now see it's very, very darker. Now this color space is going to be S-log3. S-log3 is going to be, log means is like it is going to be dim down your highlights. But now this is not looking right at all. So you have to do one more thing. Go to color space, and the input is going to be now sRGB. Now done. Now see, this is going to be little bit of dimmer. Only it is affecting the highlight area. See, entirely. You should not have this much of burn. So this is how we can make this thing done. Now, this is the LUT thing is done. Now, what else we need to have over here? So compositing means is what? Artifacts of your camera. So camera artifacts is very, very important. If you don't have any kind of artifacts in your camera, that means it's CG. The first artifacts is going to be chromatic aberration. Chromatic aberration means is what? The green and red fringes. If I shut it down right now. So this defocus. I can make this thing. Okay. So now, if I make this thing off, okay. For the time being only, so we have two methodologies to make this thing happen. First, shuffle. The shuffle we need to have post a stamp. Now we need to extract red color. So red go everywhere. We used to do this, but now we need only red color. So that means is what? Click, and now we need only red. Now Alt C and put it here. We need green, off it. We need blue, and click on here, off it. I have told you, whenever you are using these three nodes in one node, you have to use this dot strategy. Now, press M key and make it plus. This is all lights, color or lights. RGB is light as well as color or channel also. Now, see, everything is identical. There is no issue with this. But if I press T key from the transform and if I make it 0.5, you can see a green and purple fringe over here. So if I do this, now you can see we have a little bit of chromatic aberration over here. And similarly, I can put it here. So you can see we have red and cyan fringe we are getting. But in this daylight, we don't get red and green fringe. We get purple fringe. This is how it should be in the daylight. This is a one method. You can make this thing happen. Another method, if I press D key to disable everything, press God rays. So we have God rays over here. And now we have this scale. This is a God rays. All right. Now channels, make the channel red, green, and blue. And the scale value, you can make this thing smaller. 0.998 you can take, you can start with. And now you can see what happens. If I off the green color, you can see the same thing is happening. Same thing is happening over here also. But this is going to be transversal. Transversal means is what, like, we have the chromatic aberration towards the edges, not inside of the center of this composition. So whatever you like, you can use. There is no issue with this. The similar thing. Okay. So now chromatic aberration is done. Now this is an image, right? This is an image, nothing else. So we need to make it a video format, right? For video, we have to have some noise or maybe grains. So this is a fake one, grains. I can take grains over here. Now we can see we have to make this thing off because I don't need alpha channel to be affected by this. So now see, we have lots of grains, but this is also not right. So the value, make it like 2, 2, 2, or the intensity is going to be 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. So now, if I zoom it, now you can see if I disable and enable, we have very, very little bit of subtle effect of noise. So that means it will give you the impression this is a footage, not an image. You can see we have this. Now, another thing we need to have is called sharpen. Sharpen means this is looking very blurred, right? Because of we have done lots of things. We have done glow, we have fake GI, so on and so forth. So for that, we need to have some sharpness, but sharpness, I need to put it above of this grain, because grain is also going to be sharp. So I don't need, the grain should be sharp. So the sharpness, I can take here, and here we need this sharpness. I can increase the size. Don't increase the size at all. Size, make it 1, and the amount, make it 3. Now you can see we have everything should be subtle. You have to make them feel, not show. So now if I press D key, you have very, very subtle kind of sharpness we have in our composition. Now the detailing of this statue, the stone is vivid now. The bump effect is getting out of the way. Okay. Now you can see everything is done correctly, and we need to make one other thing that is called also a photographic concept. It's called vignetting. Vignetting means is like our main subject is this. So what do we need to make? Take a constant node, make it black. It is by default black only, and merge it. So nothing will happen. So we need to have this O node. O means rotor node, and make this ellipse over here, and we can mask it. Now see, masking it, nothing happens. So always masking won't happen. So this is how you can make pre-mult and do it in this way. So now we need to make the corner darker. So double click on it. We have the ellipse. This is an invert node, invert option. Click here. Now this is darker, and we need to make it very, very blurry. So make it blur, maybe 300. The blur is done, and we need to make this 0.5. Now see this opacity, need to make it very less. Now, the position of this is very, very important. The position should be, the sky should not be affected. So this is how, because of here, I don't need to notice. This is the area I need to notice. So you can put something like this. Now, if I press D key, you can see only this area is getting affected, this area, and this is like left and right. So I can make this thing a bit bigger, and this mix you can make much more like this. But also this has to be subtle. It should not be like this. So now I can see we have something. A minute. Yep. All right. So this is how the whole entire node tree, I have built it in front of you live. Why this is happening, why I can make this thing happen, because of the logic, what I need to do now and how to achieve it. So this is the main thing, main question you have to ask yourself. Now what? Now what? So then only you can get the answer. And when you get the answer, you can make this thing happen. Because of, if you want to remember this, you cannot. So now The garnishing part is there because of whenever you are using this, and you have to think about the other artist also, because of this is going to be used by the artist also, different artists. So you can make it this one, make it a little bit of smaller, like this. So always, like suppose if here I'm making, this is this alpha channel rebuilding. So here alpha channel rebuild. If I write it down, make it 60 and write this, now I can understand what this group of nodes are doing later on also. So this is how you have, and why this is 60, why this is bold, because of if it is very far, also you can see this thing. Otherwise you cannot see because of there's a huge node tree we have. So this will come by the experience. Okay. Now the last part is going to be the color correction. Color correction is like very easy. Press C key, and we have, don't use saturation in your life. Saturation don't need to use. You have to use the gamma, and you have to increase the gain. This is the proper exposure you will get. Saturation will kill your pixels. Now you can see we have lovely looking composition in front of your eyes, live demo. And now I'll share that old one, which I have created earlier. You can see we have rebuild alpha, action plate, depth of field, embed occlusion, CC statue, dust holdout, and dust holdout. Another thing I need to show. See, this is a dust. I can tell you how to composite this also. The holdout, I can show you. Now, see, this is only the dust we have, right? And this dust has no shadow. And a similar thing, we have light passes. So now, take shuffle node, and same thing, press Alt P, and here, same thing, extract green color. Now extract blue color. Press M key, make it plus. Light is also going to be plus. Now dot key, don't forget. Now select and select, press M key, make it multiply, make this thing off. If I go here, you can see the shadow. Without this, we can see have only the plain line, plain color. And the shadow is not vivid enough. So for that only, we need to have gamma. And here we have 0.454, the gamma. The reverse 2.2 gamma. So now you can see we have very nice looking shadow in our dust pass. Now, another thing, the holdout thing, which I'm going to show you, because this pass is for this statue. This debris is coming from statue, and this dust is coming from the ground debris. But this is in the same AOV. I cannot color correct it, so that is why we have this ID. Same thing, shuffle, and we have to in this. We have green, Alt P, invert it. Now press M key, and this is A, this is B. and make it stencils. Perfectly fine. Similarly, change. This is going to be blue because red is background, not needed. Dot key. This M key is A, this is B. Stencils. Now we have cut it out from that pass, and now we can put it in this composition. This is going to be A, this is going to be B, and now if I see this like this, but it is very, very huge, so make it 0.5, and you can make this 0.5. So I can easily fix how much intensity I need in which frame, so I can animate it also. So now you can see very easy fix to make your dust integrated in your scene. So hope you have liked it. This is how you can make this kind of complicated composition very easily. Hello, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hi.
Yeah. So that's it from your side, sir?
Yes, yes.
So, sir, basically, what kind of advice you will give to students who wanted to become a good VFX compositor?
First of all, they should know the photography and
Okay,
the camera angle
photography is very important. Yeah,
very, very important, and the lighting, and they
photography
should
lighting.
photography lighting is very, very important. The passes also, they need to extract the passes from the Maya software or whatever the software is. And
Okay,
AOVs, the concept of the AOVs and the light and the pixels, all the basic things they need to understand in the foundation, right? And
okay,
thereafter they can be a good artist. And the alpha channel, how alpha channel created, and what is mask, what is matte, and what is anti-aliasing, these kind of things, they should be, should have the knowledge.
understood.
Yes, they can be a very good compositor.
So, sir, we thank you from our bottom of our heart for giving this good expertise training and your advice to the students. Definitely, it's going to help them to grow with this flow. So, I thank you, and we shall meet soon.
Thank you so much for giving the opportunity.
Welcome. So, the audience is, you guys really enjoyed this VFX workflow from a very, very experienced veteran from the industry. So, my request to you all is to subscribe the channel and click on the notification so you get this kind of regular updates, the webinars that we are conducting regularly from the industry veteran, and you don't miss something really important. Okay, so that's it from today's session now, and we will see you soon in our next coming webinar. Thank you for your time and for joining.